taking a look at this. This is fantastic. Alright, we have finally got this package in the mail. I have been waiting for this for almost a month, literally. Time to go down to the cave and get this review going. Alright, so I finally got this in the mail. We're doing this live. No edits, hopefully, or very minimal edits. But yeah, this is straight from China. And you guys saw the video title, so you know what it is. But I'm going to do my impressions of it, how it comes in the mail, how it's all packaged and stuff like that. So we'll see how this goes, because they are reissuing this, I believe, soon, so you might get it at retail price, but it's still kind of expensive. So if you want to go a third-party route or a bootleg version, I mean, that is, might not be that bad. So we have a fully bubble wrap package right here. Let me just cut this open. So, they actually give me the box, but it's not in the box. Alright, so like I said, they give me the box, but it's not in the box. So this is the Figma 323, and this is Midoriya or Deku from My Hero Academia. Now I got this for $26 on Amazon. It took about 3.5 weeks to get here, not bad. Came from China as well. Some say pretty much it is a knockoff. We'll see how it is. Some people say it's pretty good for a knockoff though. Packaging is a little messed up, not that horrible though. And this is pretty cool. At least they give me the box. I understand why they didn't put it in. Probably it might be too big. I guess you could just remake it, save packaging and size. Oh, actually the box is actually in pretty good condition, to be honest. Not hating that at all. Pretty nice. At the back. Take a look at that. Alright, we're going to switch lenses right now and we will start the review. Alright, so here is Deku right here. Let's take him out of the packaging. Like so. And I've seen reviews on this before and people have said this is pretty legit. So I didn't really want to spend retail price or the $300 it's going for right now online. And this might be good enough, to be honest. Alright, so here is Midoriya. I'm going to call him Deku for the rest of the review right here. But here is Deku out of the box and out of the packaging. He does come with a lot of accessories, which is pretty good. Remember, this is a knockoff, supposedly. He has 3 sets of faces. We go over them soon. He does have a little piece right here, part of his costume. It looks like the teeth that goes around his neck right there. You have 1, 2, 3 pairs of hands and also 1 extra hand for flicking when he wants to use 5% of his power. You do have the holder for all the accessories right there, and you do have a stand that says Figma on it. Additionally, you do get all the instructions right here, so you want to switch out the faces or different pieces. You do have step-by-step how to do that, which is pretty nice. Alright, so before we go into some details of this figure and all the different accessories, I want to take a look at the quality and how this figure feels. And I have to say, it feels fantastic. If someone gave this to me right now and didn't tell me it was a knockoff, I wouldn't even know, to be honest. It feels good, it feels sturdy. I'm moving the joints around very carefully. I don't want to break anything, but you want to be cautious because you don't know what will happen. But other than that, the joints feel fantastic. I have no problems really moving these around. They feel nice and firm, the joints, not loose. Not feel like they're gonna break. They feel good. Very nice. Not bad at all. And the quality of the plastic, it feels, you know, Figma-like. No real problems at all. Alright, so let's start with the head sculpt first. So the head sculpt looks pretty nice. Going up close, this is the first neutral head sculpt that he comes with. Not bad. I do have a little mark right there. I don't know what that is. It could be a little defect in paint, who knows, but I can't really rub it off. It looks like it's embedded into the plastic. Not a horrible thing, but it still looks pretty nice overall. The nice freckles, the eyes look fantastic. The paintwork on these eyes, let me check it right there. That is clean. That is very clean. Looks really nice. The green eyebrows look nice. The hair looks fantastic as well. But right now we're going to take off the face sculpts and switch them out, so you can see how that looks like. Alright, so first off, what we're going to do is just take off the head. It'll be a little easier to handle this for the video. But you have the head right there, and you want to take off the hair piece first, just like that. And then you want to take off the face piece, just like that. And you have that right there. Now let's grab one face, give him a nice scared face. He always is, half the time he's always terrified or whatever he is. Right there. Then we grab the hair. There you go. You got terrified, scared, frightened Deku right there. Pop it up back onto the body like so. And there you go. And yeah, it's great. And to save some time, here is the mean face Deku, ready to fight Deku, ready to battle Deku. Looks pretty good. I like how it looks, and it's just as clean as the other one, as you can see right here. Right there. Eyes looks fantastic. Really nice details in the eyes right there. Looks really good. Alright, so going back to the rest of the accessories, let's take off his head and put on the other accessory that goes around his neck, like so. Alright, so this pretty much was supposed to signify like a teeth or a grin, because he was so into All Might's always smiling, saving people kind of thing. But yeah, stick the head back on, like so, which is on a double joint right there. So yeah, overall, pretty cool, not bad. It just hangs there freely. It kind of stays in place because of his face right there, so it's not going to come off or rattle or anything like that, which is pretty nice. Alright, so taking a look at the hands right here, and this comes with the holder right here, which is pretty nice. But it's pretty self-explanatory, which is really nice. Remember, this is a knockoff, and you do get all this accessories, which is pretty cool. But they all fit in pretty good. No real complaints at all on getting them on. Alright, so if you want to take off the hand right here, all you have to do is pop this off. This might come off, not a big deal. It's just really firm inside the main one. And then you take on a new hand, and there you go. Nice and firm in there, moves great, looks good, no complaints at all. Alright, so let's go over the whole figure really quickly right now and just take a look at it overall. And like I said before, this is a knockoff figure. I don't have the original one. I don't know how the original one feels like, but I do know what a good figure feels like, and this feels fantastic. Like I said before, I wouldn't even know if someone gave this to me that this was a knockoff figure. It feels legit, and that's a good thing right there. But overall, let's take a look really closely at the body. And for paint scheme, I don't know if it's really accurate to how it's supposed to look like the greens and everything like that. But it looks good to me, so I'm not going to complain. But overall, we went over the head already. Going to the body, right there. If you want to point out anything off to you, you can in the comments. But over here, you can tell the chest piece right here is a little bit different shade than the rest of the body. Not a big deal. I don't think you would even notice it that much. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but that's how it looks like to me. In the back right here, you do see some paint apps, some white right there. Maybe I could scratch it off, who knows. Not a big deal though, not bad at all. That could be for anything. You get new figures from Hasbro that have paint apps like that, some smudges. But overall, looking at the rest of the figure, the knee pads, the elbow pads look fantastic, nice black. Overall, the belt looks fantastic as well. No complaints there, looks pretty good. Going down to the body, the legs and everything like that, it looks good. The shoes, look at those shoes, legit looking, very nice. As far as paint goes, I don't really have a big issue with it. Other than that, which is not a big deal to me, it looks pretty good. Alright, so let's go into articulation right now. He does have a neck joint that is on a double hinge joint right there. So it does have some good range. You do have his neck piece right here, but it doesn't get in the way really, so you can go and pivot left and right, turn left and right, no problems. Look up a little bit good. If it wasn't there in the back, it would be a lot better. Go down a little bit. It's not a big deal. If you want to take off the neck piece, you probably would get a lot better articulation. So let's just do that really quickly. So now without this thing, his head goes up, a little bit better. Not as big of a difference to be honest. So yeah, you can probably just leave it on. Not a big deal. But yeah, it's fantastic in the rotation. You won't have a problem right there. Shoulder piece over here on double hinge joint right there. It looks like it's a ball joint inside the body right there, and you'd have a hinge at the shoulder right there. So great range of motion right there, which is fantastic. Kind of goes up and down too, which is really good. Kind of has a bicep swivel in that as well, so it's pretty nice. At the elbow right here, you do have a hinge that goes about 90 degrees, which is pretty good. Does it rotate? It does rotate as well as a bicep swivel, so that's pretty good too. So you have double bicep, one at the shoulder and one at the elbow right there. And at the wrist right here, you get that double hinge, so it goes all the way around, which is nice. Rotates and swivels. No problems right there. Going to the body right here, he does have an ab joint inside there. It looks like it's a ball joint or a hinge like always. So it does go forward a little bit and goes back a little bit. swivels left and right, pivots a little bit as well. I do have a black dot of paint right there, just noticed that. Not a big deal. This chest piece, I said before, that's a different color, is rubber, soft rubber, so it does actually flex pretty nicely in the articulation, so that's pretty nice as well. At the lower waist right here, it does swivel a little bit left and right too, moves up and down, pretty much on the same ball hinge joint as the rest of the body, so you do have a lot of movement right there. So both of them combined, you can get him to a nice pose, crunching a little bit more than usual. Going down to the lower body right here, he does have a ball joint right there. As you can see, it's actual ball joint, so it doesn't go down, it doesn't shift down, so you just have normal ball joints. It's about 90 degrees, close enough, not bad at all. Split wise is about that much. Goes back a little bit. There's a thigh swivel in there as well, so that's pretty good, or just the ball joint itself moving pretty well. Going to the knees right here, you have the hinge joint, it goes about 90 degrees. It is hidden right there by the knee pad, which is pretty nice. I like that touch right there. Going to the sneakers right here, he does have a boot swivel, you want to call it a sneaker swivel right there, which is pretty nice. He has a hinge right there at the ankle, which is pretty good. It does pivot left and right as well, which is nice. And at the toe right here, he does have a toe hinge right there, which is pretty good. So articulation is pretty good for this figure, not bad at all. Any pros and cons on it? I do feel like the knee's a little bit looser than the rest of the body, but it's nothing crazy. Nothing's gonna make me say this thing sucks or it's horrible. You can work with it, it's fine. No real big problems right there. Alright, size comparison time. So here they are side by side, and this is the size comparison I've been waiting for. This is the reason why I got this knockoff Figma Deku figure all the way from China. But yeah, here they are side by side. Here's the McFarlane All Might figure right there, and we have the Figma Deku figure. And this is a proper size comparison in my opinion, or the best we're gonna get most likely. I know there's a McFarlane. I know it's the McFarlane Deku figure, but he is way overscaled, too tall, big giant head, doesn't fit right. This looks a lot better in my opinion. And here they are side by side. There they are. It looks fantastic, and this is what's gonna be on my display. Alright, for another size comparison, so here he is with some other superheroes around his age, give or take. We have Spider-Man, we have Miss Marvel, and we have Robin. And for another size comparison, here he is with Batman. That's a 6-inch figure, and once again, All Might. So you can see one dynamic duo with another, I guess, dynamic duo right there. Alright guys, so what do I think about this overall? You know, for $26, I love it. I say straight up, it is fantastic for the price. Either it being a knockoff or maybe being a real thing and just a defect thrown away, it is fantastic as a figure, honestly. I mean, even the box is fantastic too. You know, someone gave this to me, I wouldn't even know if it was a real thing or not. Like I said, it looks fantastic. Now don't get me wrong, there are some minor things I found on this figure that maybe, you know, to Figma standards wasn't good enough maybe, and they tossed it aside, but honestly, it is pretty good. So let's go over that right now really quickly. But even just taking a look at this is fantastic. I love this pose right here. But yeah, if it were a defect though, I could see how. So for one thing, you know, I was looking at some pictures of the original one, the original figure. This part right here on the mask is supposed to be black, I believe, on where it's green or a darker green, who knows. I think it's supposed to be black though, so that's not the right color supposedly. And there's some paint defects, I guess, or paint blotches, like here, there, over there, in the back right here. Very minor things, you know. We see all this on Marvel Legends or even on this dude right here, but we're used to it, you know. But like I said, maybe for Figma's standard, it's not good enough, so maybe they toss it to the side. Like I said, this figure feels fantastic. He looks fantastic. The joints are great. You know, it could pretty much be a normal, real Figma figure, but as a defect, it was tossed to the side. So, who knows? But either way, I love it. For the price, he is fantastic. I don't care if it's a knockoff or a fake one. But yeah, it is pretty good. And another thing I noticed also, you know, there's some minor, very minor, bad cutting on the plastic, I guess you could say. I was going to cut this off, but I left it for now. Like right here on the shoe. Not a big deal. I could just take that off myself. A little bit over here on the knee pads. Very small minor things. I'm really nitpicking. I'm nitpicking so badly to see what's wrong with this figure that honestly, it's not a big deal. But hey, I benefit because I got a figure for 26 bucks. That's really expensive now. You know, There's a first edition that runs from $250 to $300. The second edition is coming out soon, but it's $90 still. Really expensive. So for $26, I ain't complaining. This thing is fine for me, honestly. So that's about it, guys. I hope this review was helpful and you liked it. It's a great figure. Go check it out. The link will be below. And that's about it, guys. So thank you for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe. Do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!